A very
Right.
warm welcome to you, Mr. Anand. It's wonderful to have you on BW Marketing World.
Thank you, and same here.
Thank you, sir. So it wouldn't be wrong to say that you're a true veteran in the paint industry, having spent nearly 3 decades in the ecosystem and 17 years with Nippon alone. I want you to take us through some of the marked changes that you've seen in the industry landscape as well as with the Nippon Group.
Yeah, so I started my paint journey way back in '91 as a frontline salesman. Before that, I was selling typewriters. I was selling office
Oh,
equipments with Remington typewriters. So it was
okay,
actually
interesting.
a base. I know. I mean, for typewriters, what you say. I mean, it will be very metal body and very heavy, and it will be like you'll have that black keys, and the body will be in silver color, and so it'll be more of black and white. And the
Yeah,
print also will be black and white. And from that to completely a different world, which is more of colors. And that was my first attraction towards paint as such, and I found it to be very interesting for that point itself, because it was basically a semi-fast moving, I would say, consumer durable or a consumer product, and very unique in the sense paint is one of the building material where it has recurring need. No, you don't
yeah,
paint and stop over it. I mean, whereas your other building materials like cement or steel or sanitaries or tiles or anything for that matter, you use it once and then it is lifelong. You don't change
correct,
it in your lifespan. But paint is something which had, I mean, or have or still having the new construction and repainting. And repainting keeps growing, and marked changes. At that point of time, '91, it was a Gulf crisis. Every When I joined at that point of time, we were more dependent on solvent-based products,
okay,
and so paint can be classified as water-based, solvent-based, both in decorative as well as in industrial paints, and in decorative also you have solvent-based and water-based. Even now we have that, but at that point of time, the sale of solvent-based used to be the major chunk, and it all
okay,
depends on the price of crude. It varies, or it fluctuates according to the crude prices.
correct.
So every month we used to have a price increase. Prices were unstable. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all like very standard. I mean, I would say, like, if somebody wants to paint some unique colors, you will not get it. I mean, no company will manufacture that color also. Even though you have it on the shade card,
Yeah,
they'll say that this is a very slow moving shade. We don't make it, or we make it once in 6 months, something like that. And people will be completely disappointed. So every house used to have a traditional ivory, traditional brown, or a traditional green or traditional blue.
correct,
And, and very
correct,
selected shades will be fast moving. So dealers also will be stocking that stocks. And even the company used to manufacture only that much of colors. That was
correct.
a time when I entered into the industry. But quickly, the transition happened, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
for the betterment of the industry, not for me, but the betterment of industry. The industry moved from a standard shade card to a point of sales tinting system, which means that the machine will be installed, a computerized machine wherein customer can go walk in and choose that shade, whatever he wants. And then that was in '96, precisely, in just 5 years after I joined. And
Okay,
even today, after that, that's the transformation which has happened in the industry, I would say.
okay, sir.
So yeah, so that still continues, and that's the one of the biggest changes, I would say, which has happened. And because of that, probably the repainting intervals shortened to a larger extent. And
Correct.
probably, I don't know, the research and all. I mean, I'm not able to recollect any research which has been done, but we used to tell that, in a common man's lifespan, he used to
Hmm.
come across painting only 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, I'm talking about in early '90s when I joined. We when we go and communicate to the customers or somebody, we say you're going to paint once in lifetime. So why do you paint with the lower quality paint and things like that? Today, you don't talk
Sure.
like that. You say that, at least You can change your color whenever you want, change your product whenever you want. So the repainting intervals have come down probably to about 6 to 7 years now. So every 5 years, every 6 years, people are painting. And so these are the changes which I have seen over the over the years of my experience in the paint. And one more thing which has drastically changed paint that point of time or during that time was used only as for beautification and protection. These are the two properties, or these are the two essential properties which a paint was delivering. But today you have paints which are antibacterial, antifungal, solar reflective or heat band technology. So many, started functionality in paints has come in.
What are your observations of the Indian consumers and their paint palettes? What are some of the factors that influence consumer choices when they're selecting paints, and how does Nippon address these factors?
By and large, in India, the consumers' influence towards paint, the consumers' decision making on paints is quite very insignificant, I would say. It was insignificant, but slowly it is catching up. Probably it must be in the range of about 5 to 10%. I mean, probably because paint is driven by, or paint has been applied through an intermediary like a painter, and they influence a lot even today. But the consumer's preference is, as you rightly said, definitely on color. The shade what they want, and so that is something which is one of the factors for deciding a particular color on their wall. And so that's something which is one of the influencing factors for deciding on the paint. And then of course comes the functionality of the paint. Like, do I need washability? Do I need antifungal? Do I need antiviral? Or do I need something which will reduce my temperature inside? I mean, so that my exterior, I paint that paint, and then interior, my temperatures comes down a little bit, and yeah, I mean, so on and so forth. Like, there are a lot of functionality in paints which has now come in. So this also plays a vital role. So how does Nippon handle this? Nippon has the heritage of 143 years of making paints, one of the oldest, I would say, across the globe. And paint is something which evolves by perseverance. Not perseverance, a repeated manufacturing the same quality of paint at the same consistency day after day, year after year, decade after decade, and that perfects it actually. So to say, like, probably your mother be a best cook than you, and your grandmother would be the best, even better than your mother. Like, that's how paint is, like. So 143 years is really the essence or the real heritage or the legacy of Nippon Paint. 143 years we have been making paint across the globe, not only for one country. And we have the Nippon way of making paint, which is very, very unique. And across globe, all our manufacturing heads will be taught about that. What is that unique way of making paint? Right. And so that's something which we offer to the customers in every country we operate. And then comes in the technological edge, what we have. We are operate in almost like 35 to 40 countries, and every country has a R&D center. And we have a innovation center apart from that, which is based out of Singapore and Japan. And these innovation centers work on future technologies. What would the future technology evolve to be? And they work on that, but the respective R&D centers will work on improvising the product. What is needed for India market? What is needed for probably a Europe market? What is needed for a US market? What is needed for a Australia and New Zealand? That is done by the R&D team, and the innovation team works on future what is to be done. So we are ready with the products. I'm saying Nippon as a company across the globe. We are ready with the product, what is needed in short term, mid term, long term, right? And so we are able to handle this, or we are able to reach out to the customers much faster than any other company in the world. That's the unique USP, I would say, for Nippon Paint. And then when it comes to colors, uh, every country has their color prediction, right? Globally, we have something called Trend Beyond Colors, which has been which is done every 2 years once, wherein the different walks of people come and choose their favorite colors, and then we decide that these are the colors which are for this year or for next year or for the leap year, something like that. But for every country, we have our own color forecast. So India we have our own color forecast, which we call it as color vision, and this keeps changing once in 2 years. And we work very closely with the what do you call the subject matter experts in that. I mean, so we work with the color psychologist to predict these colors. So as I said, what does a customer need? Customer need a very the color which has a story to tell, which has a story to believe, and then they want the functionality, and then they want the longevity of the product. So all the three, we are the only company to deliver. That's the commitment we have towards the product what we sell. Yeah.
So taking cue from this answer, can you explain to me how does color psychology play in your brand's product development and marketing efforts?
Okay, so that's what I said. Like in fact, when we wanted to forecast a color, of course, we work with the expert color psychologist. But what we do is like we do some in-house experimentation or in-house focus group discussions with varied people. How does a auto specialist look at color? How does a food blogger look at color? How does a classical dancer look at color? And we work with all of them as a focus group. And this goes on for almost like about almost like 6 to 7 months. This focus group happens every zone, north, east, west, and south. And then we study them and different demography of people and different age group of people. And then we come out, and then the color psychologist puts everything into his color model. And then he comes out with the chosen colors, which is for the season or for the next 2 years. That's how we do it. And then we market it across all channels, like social, in the digital medium, in the hard copy, and we get it spread across through all the architects, interior designers, everybody. Yeah.
Okay, sir. So the past year was also pivotal for Nippon in terms of its foray into e-commerce and the construction chemicals market. Can you please shed light on this and the overall expansion plans of Nippon?
Yeah, when we said e-commerce, in fact, e-commerce, we wanted to partner with the best e-commerce platforms like Amazon or Flipkart or Big Bazaar or things like that. So we were looking at, and Amazon also had the same plans. When Amazon wanted to expand their portfolios, they thought that home improvement is one of the category which is still having a lot of scope to grow in India. So it was a mutual respect we both had, and we had a detailed discussion with Amazon. How can we reach out to the customers who wants paint? Paint is, as I said, it's a base paint, tinted and supplied to the customer. It's not ready to shelf and things like that. So how do we address that? So Amazon had their last mile connect capabilities. So we just have to help them out in that. So today, paint is sold in Amazon across India, and any color you want, almost like 650 colors are sold through Amazon. That's quite. They broken the jinx actually, and everybody were thinking of how do I sell tinted colors in Amazon or e-commerce, which I think Amazon guys have done it, and now we are very successful in Amazon platform, and we look forward for more categories. Like today, we are doing 1 or 2 products. Probably we'll expand the product portfolios into that, and we are also selling my other products like the construction chemicals, adhesives, self-usable DIY type of an adhesives and sealants and things like that through Amazon. So Amazon selling in an e-commerce platform like Amazon is one of our growth drivers in the future.
Sure.
So, I mean, they're also understanding the power of it. And then it's a mutual rewarding for both of us.
Okay. And
And
can you give me
construction
a sense?
chemicals.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I think the second part of the question, construction chemical, is something which we forayed into it in the last 3-4 years. Nippon, as a core business, we are into paints, but construction chemicals was a natural transition for us because this comes before and after painting. When you construct a home, you need construction chemicals. While plastering or after plastering, you need construction chemicals. So it was a natural progression for us. So, but Nippon, what we did is like we acquired many companies globally, wherein they are very strong in construction chemicals. So with that knowledge, which was shared amongst the group, so we have every month we have a working committee group which meets on floor coatings, on construction chemicals, on sealants and adhesives, everything. So teams get together and then we discuss what is that is needed, what is newly launched, or what is the technology which can be taken into every different countries. So that's a natural transition. And Nippon, because of the operational benefit what we have in so many countries, we could get the knowledge and we are now giving to the Indian consumers.
Sure. Can you also highlight your online, I mean, the split between your online and offline presence? How much do you make from each of these two mediums, and also your rural and urban penetration, that is possible?
Yeah, with respect to the online advertising, I would say still we are in the traditional model. Online is just started off, digital and the social media. Probably currently it's about 10 to 12% or maybe about 15%. I'm not sure about it. Probably Hari can give you more details about that. Hari is my head of marketing communication. But we are in the traditional model because still more of people, I mean, the target audience of Nippon Paint is more of watching the traditional modem or the medium like a TV or a press.
Okay.
And only but the younger generation or the newer generation is coming onto the digital space. So we spend lot of our efforts and resources are going into lead generation, which is the primary spend which we make on the digital media. So we as we grow, I think as we move on, we'll be spending a little bit more on the digital front also. With respect to the markets like Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, I would say we are present across all towns, across all rural markets also. Probably even in a town which is with a population of 5,000 people, we are there. So that's the penetration we have currently in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Rest of the states, probably we are only in very important markets like the capitals and the tier 1 and tier 2 towns, not gone to the tier 3 and tier 4 towns and the rest of the markets. But in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, we are deeply penetrated.
Sure, sir. Okay, sir, coming down to my last question, what are some of the market trends that you anticipate, shaping the paint industry in 2024, and how will Nippon adapt to these changes?
The market trends, I mean, I foresee or I see that functionality in paints are gaining momentum because people want to paint something which is which has a functional property, like, as I said, washability. And now there are some products which we offer and others also offer as a indoor air purifying paint, right?
Correct.
So once you paint it, their indoor air is always pure. It doesn't have any other harmful gases like formaldehyde or anything else. So this paint keeps on absorbing it, and it actually makes us homogeneous polymer itself. So that is something which is then the other one, which is the trend which is happening now, is like your surface temperature of your roof can be reduced by putting a coat of paint. This comes under construction chemical, but I would say it is more of a paint. Once you apply the paint, your the heat rays of the what you get the solar power, solar energy, that gets reflected back into the atmosphere itself. So your building is the surface temperature reduces by almost 10 degrees, and then that will have an effect on the indoor thermal comfort also. So these are the trends which we see, and then probably after some time or maybe another couple of years, people will go towards more paints which are green in nature. Like Nippon has the legacy of that. We have our products Green Pro certified, and we manufacture them in a Green Co certified, Gold certified plant. So we are the only company today in India which has the manufacturing process a Gold Green Co certified, and the products which come out is also Green Pro certified. Which means that this product which I sell today in the market, which are Green Pro certified, have emitted or have impacted 30% less carbon into the atmosphere. So you become a responsible producer, and once you buy Nippon Paint, you become a responsible citizen also.
Correct.
And that probably will be the trend going forward. I mean, like how you have nutritional facts on your products, what you eat, you're going to have, the green, the carbon emission norms or carbon emission impacts printed on the containers, like how you have a star rated electrical appliances. No, you have a 5-star rated AC, 5-star rated fridge. Similar way, you will have not only paints, cement. Today, you have a Green Pro certified cement. You have a Green Pro certified steel. You have a Green Pro certified plumbing equipments, your taps and other things. Green Pro certified paints. So this will catch up because the world is moving towards how do I impact less towards the environment, or how do I preserve this planet for the future? People will become more responsible, and then they will start buying the products which have less emitted carbon. Yeah.
Okay, sir, that will be all for today. I think in the interest of time, we'll have to stop here. Thank you so much for sparing time on a weekday. Thank you.